can't have nice things, darling.
But anyway, let's get into it. So, oh my god. I just realized with my phone up there, I can't look at what I did in all these places. So I'm gonna have to take this down and write everything down in my handy dandy notebook. Actually, I'll get a cuter one. Okay, so new angle. Hopefully the lighting is a little bit better. And I wrote down everything that I did. Also, side note, it's freezing, so I'm definitely gonna have my parents bring fuzzy socks when they come because my toesies are cold. Okay, so I have my handy dandy notebook that my parents bought me last time they were in Paris. So I went on 2 trips in September, 2 weekends in a row. One was to Bordeaux and Arcachon, and then the other was to Amsterdam and Brussels. So one was within France, one was outside of France. So the first trip, it was one night. So on Saturday, we arrived in Bordeaux. We took the TGV, which is the high-speed train. It took 2 hours. If we had driven, it would have taken 8 hours, which is why I hate the fuel industry and the shipping industry and pretty much every industry in America. I talked to a guy in Washington this summer at like a Clean Energy Expo who was like, yeah, it carries so many more people than a plane. He showed me a map of where it would go, but it won't happen. I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime. I honestly don't, because of how invested our capitalist society is in destroying the planet. So anyway, we arrived at our hotel. Our hotel was really nice. It's just like a Marriott type thing, but we each had our own bed, which is nice. I roomed with my friends Jill and Elise, who I love, so that was nice. We took a train and a bus, because there is construction on the train track, to Saint-Emilion. And Saint-Emilion is a 12th century medieval city in Bordeaux, or near. I don't really know how it works. But on the way there, it was like out of an episode of House Hunters International. Like when they want a house in the French countryside, it's exactly that. And I could totally see myself living there. I think city life is a little bit too much bustle for me, hustle and bustle, but I would like to live in the French countryside, for sure. By the way, this trip was with my program, so all of us except one person went, including the program director, so we all had lunch, which was nice. I had like a burrata salad. I got a white wine, which is very interesting. Saint-Emilion is world famous for their wines, especially red. I mean Bordeaux, think about the color Bordeaux. But I ordered white just because I prefer it, and if I'm gonna spend as much as I did, then I want to really enjoy it. And it was delicious, and I was very happy with it. Sorry, my hair is in my actual eyeball. So then we walked around. It's just a super cute, hilly little town. Wine stores everywhere, a few souvenir places, but the views were spectacular. I don't know that I got videos of everything, but I did get lots of pictures on this day, so you'll see plenty of that. And while we were shopping, okay, I have pictures of this dog. I take pictures of dogs pretty sneakily here because they're so cute and I just can't get over it. This dog, its ears were so cute. It's like quintessential pit bull. I loved it. Anyway, so we went to this church. I don't remember what it's called. Hopefully I do remember and I can put it down here. But it was, oh my God, so pretty. It was from the 12th century, so the 1100s. And what had happened was this old church, over time, the terrain shifted, and it was underground. Eventually, it was rediscovered, and they built another church on top of it, but we didn't bother going in there. I don't even know if it was open to the public. So you walked in, and it was just all stone, and oh my god, I just can't get over it. Now, we weren't allowed to take pictures or videos. I did sneak one picture because it was stunning. But like the carvings of like angels or apostles, I don't know, were still there, like to an extent. Obviously like eroded, but oh my god, stunning. And then it was really cool because in some places people had like written on the walls, and you're like, how would anyone be able to do that? But before it was like open to the public, people, I'm assuming, would just go in and like be like, wow, look at this old thing, I'm gonna write my name on it. So there was like 1889, 1902, so that was super, super cool. Like, I will remember that forever, and if you're ever in Saint-Emilion, go. That night we went to downtown Bordeaux. It was really pretty, however, I just was having really bad stomach cramps. I was not able to function, really. So we were at dinner, and we had just sat down. I hadn't even like ordered a drink, and I was like, okay, I have to go. So one of the other girls had a headache, so we just Ubered back to the hotel, and I just hung out there for the rest of the night, which sucks, but it is what it is. Apparently the wine there was phenomenal, and they were planning on going out like afterward, and I was disappointed to be missing that, but they ended up not finding anything, so I didn't miss out too much. The next day we went to Arcachon, which is a beach town. Think of Hamptons. It didn't look like the Hamptons, I'm assuming, I ain't never been, but in the sense that that's where people summer, like the rich people. So it was cute, right on the sea. It was pretty chilly. We did dip our toes in a little bit, but didn't go far. So it's like a hilly area. So we took an elevator up to this thing, and I was like, oh, what a beautiful view. But then you keep walking, you climb some sketchy stones, not even stairs, you climb some stones, and then you're on the top of the hill, and the view is beautiful. And then you can go up this spiral staircase, the little deck on top. You're only supposed to have 8 people up there at a time. People broke those rules while we were up there. Like, other people climbed up, and I'm like, I'm about to die up here. It was scary, but I lived. Like, I didn't want to do it at first. I don't mind heights, but like just climbing it it was rickety. I just was not into that. But then I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And we got a really cute group picture. So that'll be inserted here. The view was stunning. I'm sure you saw it if you follow my Instagram. The terracotta roofs and the ocean, or the sea right there. Oh, it was just so nice. Then we had lunch. I had like a good pasta dish. In France, vegetarianism isn't as embraced, but there's always like a pasta dish. So like, I am loading on the carbs while here, just so you know. We went back to the train station and we went home. Oh, so the like signature dessert in Bordeaux is the quenelle, and I don't even know how to explain it, but I had 2. I had one the first day, which was just a plain vanilla flavor, like the traditional. The next day I had some dipped in chocolate. Of course I like that better because I need chocolate. So overall, it was a really good weekend. I had a great time. I love Saint-Emilion. I recommend that everyone go there. It was really memorable. So then the next trip I did was the following weekend. I really wanted to go to Amsterdam while I'm here, and I texted the group chat of my program and was like, hey guys, I want to go to Amsterdam this weekend. Like, is anyone interested? And my friend was like, oh, I'm actually already going to be there with family, like come with me. This was her great aunt and uncle and their kids. So she didn't know them too well. The kids, she'd only met at their weddings, I think. She just didn't know them very well, so it was nice to have somebody there. We took a bus overnight. It was like 4.5 hours, I think, and maybe it was 6. It might have been 6. And we got to the hotel, another really, really nice room, and oh my god, I totally know why that's crooked, because it's on my freaking shoe. That didn't help at all. That's okay. We met her family for breakfast, which is really nice because you get complimentary breakfast at the hotel, but like I only had it for the next morning, but we told them we were with them. And her family, oh my God, they're so sweet. Her Aunt Susan is from Virginia. Oh my God, the nicest lady I've ever met in my life. Like, so sweet. Her whole family was so nice. One of them had a little tiny baby, oh. But they were just really sweet and inviting and warm and welcoming. So I really, really appreciated that. So we went on a boat tour. And then we just walked around. Did we have lunch this day? I think we did. But yeah, Amsterdam, oh my God, so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. If I could finish my study abroad there, I think I would. There's not as much to do as there is in Paris. Like, I'll give Paris that. But it was just really nice. Everyone was so kind. So on the boat tour, we learned a ton. We learned about the crooked houses. It's kind of hard to get photos of them. Hopefully I have some, but if not, Google it because it's worth it. So essentially, when Amsterdam was built, the soil and the terrain was really soft, so they would put wooden poles in the ground to hold the houses up. And that was fine when the water was salt water. But when they built all the canals and transitioned Amsterdam to fresh water, now, if I'm getting this all wrong, I'm really sorry. I'm doing my best to remember. But when they transitioned to fresh water, the wood rotted and the houses kind of sank. Each house is now held up by, I don't remember if it's cement or stone or steel, but each one is very safe to live in. So that was just really an interesting tidbit. And then I went to the cat museum. There's a cat museum there, you guys. And it was this rich guy, I'm pretty sure he was American, but I could be wrong there, who left all his money to his cat, and he wanted the place to be a cat museum. And it still is, to this day. I don't know when he died. And it's just all these, this cat art. Like, it's amazing. And there are 2 live cats in there. One was really friendly, and like, I held it, didn't love that, but it tolerated it. And then the other was so sleepy. Like, I was petting it and it was like, it's like, I don't want to wake up. And I'm like, okay, fine. It took everything in me to not buy posters, to not buy tote bags. Like, I wanted everything. I ended up with just one magnet. Then I went to the flower market, which is ginormous, because of course you have to buy like tulips there and stuff. And I bought a lot of souvenirs. Last time I was in Paris, I really focused a lot on other people. Buying stuff that they would like. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I got plenty of stuff for myself to remember this trip. And I got plenty. So that was really, 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 really amazing. I was exhausted. I had gotten maybe 2 hours of sleep on the bus. I thought I was gonna nap when I got to the hotel, but we went straight to breakfast. So I ended up going back to the hotel probably around 3 or 4. I have no idea if that's right at all. But I was like, I'll just come back into the city for dinner. Well, that didn't happen because I slept through dinner. I just ordered Thai food and that was fine. And then I think we're gonna go back in December for the Festival of Lights. Both Elise and I loved it so much, and we have other people who I know love it too. Oh, cannabis, it's legal there. They have like places that are coffee shops, and I'll walk by and be like, wow, it really smells of pot. And I'm like, oh, it's a coffee shop, it's not a coffee shop. So that was just really interesting. And I know that a lot of people who are not into legalization or even decriminalization of marijuana in New York, because I think they decriminalized it, they haven't legalized it yet. People are like, I don't want to smell that everywhere. I'm like, okay, do you want to get arrested just because of your skin color? Whatever. So I smelled it walking around, but it was not as potent as cigarette smoke. It wasn't everywhere. It was like I didn't even notice it. So just saying, we should legalize it in America so that we can all be happy and not get arrested and be afraid that there's like heroin in our weed. So anyway, Follow Governor Cuomo, but be nice to his interns. Another really cool thing about Amsterdam were the houseboats. There are, I want to say like 250. That could be too small. If I'm wrong, I'll put in the correct number here. There cannot be one more, there cannot be one less. So if you want to buy a houseboat on the canals in Amsterdam, you have to buy an existing one. You cannot put one in yourself. Some of them are like old boats from like the 20th century. Some of them are like a trailer home just floating on the water. So these places were directly on the water, of course. A lot of them were really cool and decorated with like, you know, they have their own little garden and seating area outside. But some places, like one person had a sign on their window that said, "This is not a zoo, we live here." Because of course you're looking at it all, because it's really cool, but like if you don't want to be looked at in your home, don't buy a houseboat when there's tour boats going by 10 feet away. So to show you how tired I was, the next day we all had bus tickets. Luckily I bought mine separately, so it wasn't like they were waiting for me. I was on a separate bus. But I woke up at 8 a.m. for my 8 a.m. bus. I was so pissed at myself. Of course, you know, I was exhausted, so I slept through my alarm. So I had to buy another ticket, but it was 15 euros. It's not a big deal, but like it sucks. So I eventually got to Brussels. I had 2 tote bags full of stuff, and like full, and my backpack and my purse. Of course, I don't want to carry that around Brussels all day, so I found this luggage storage place near the bus station. It was such a sketchy neighborhood. Like I just didn't feel safe. And so I went to the place where I'm supposed to drop off my luggage, and it's like a convenience store. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. So apparently Elise went through the same thing. So I texted her, I was like, don't judge me, I have all my luggage. She's like, me too. So then I went to lunch at this place with good reviews. They had a lot of like traditional Brussels food. I don't even know what I ate for lunch. It was like the only vegetarian thing, but it was good. I got a beer, which was good. It was neat because, so they numbered their beers, and then with each thing on the menu, they like listed which ones would go with it. So that was really cool. And then I got a waffle. Oh my God, I think about it all the time. My friend who had studied abroad last semester, Sam, was like, get a waffle. I think about it all the time. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. So then I was texting Elise and I was like, I think I'm gonna go to the chocolate museum. She's like, oh my God, me too. So I actually met them there. The chocolate museum was a lot more than I expected. They had lockers, first of all, so I could lock up all my stuff, which is really nice. They had samples of chocolate. They had a guy making like a demonstration where he's making pralines. Did I just say praline? Where am I from? Pralines. It was an audio tour, so like with your ticket, they gave you this like audio thing where you just tap something on the wall and you listen to what they're saying. And it was like almost like a sketch acted out. So it was really interesting and really well done. So I recommend that. We said goodbye to Elise's family, and then we went to this chocolate shop. I don't even remember what it's called, but they had all these different kinds, and they had the chocolates behind the counter, but they also had different things in like truffles and stuff in bowls where you would like pick them and put them in your bag and like weigh it. And then I also got some special hot chocolate from my mom for Christmas. It came out to about 13 or 14 euros. Then we went to the bus station and we got on, and I realized that I don't have my chocolate. I left my Belgian chocolate in Belgium. I cannot believe how upset I am. I'm so sad. Like, oh my God, I'm so sad. I literally texted everyone in the group chat and was like, if anyone's going to Belgium, let me know. I need you to get me this stuff. Because it's not like it's something I can order online or just buy everywhere. Like, it's hand-picked stuff that I picked exactly what I thought I would like. And I don't even know what the name of the brand was. And I'm pretty sure I paid with cash. So it's not like I can go through my bank statement. But overall, it was a good trip. Brussels, didn't love, just because it was not a great experience trying to figure everything out by myself in the morning, and leaving my chocolate. They also have that, I can't remember what it's called. I'll put the name here. It literally translates to like little boy piss. And I thought it was so creepy, and everyone's crowded around it taking pictures. I'm like, you're all just going to stare at a little boy's genitals. Like, that's weird. But then Elise explained it to me. So essentially it used to be where they got their drinking water. And so it shows the humor of the people in Brussels because they're like drinking this boy's urine. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. The only thing I'm doing in October is fall break. And then in November, I think I'm going to do Brittany and London. That's as far as I have planned. I think it's all I have time for. I think every weekend I'm like jam-packed busy, which is great. I'm excited. Yeah, there are a lot of things that like I just am not gonna have time for or just too expensive, but I just keep telling myself that, you know, I really wanna do these things, but this isn't my last time in Europe. Like, I'll be fine. So that's that. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye.